Dumba Jumden de Jinj, the Jumba Yang da Bronzo Evan. Children Damban, the Worship to the Jamba, Jabon to the Kalo,
Lana,
Minam,
Damba, Sanga, Jumden, Belgawa, Shaka, Tuvala, Chatsalo, Chodon, Kelsu,
Lama, Dumba Jumden, the Shinshaba,
Chomba, Yantaba,
Damba, the Worship.
Kemba, Kebo, Dulve, Kalo, Jawa, Lana, Mebal, Hada, Minam, Jitam, Sange, Chumdan, Den, Pelgawa, Shaka, Tuvala, Chatsalo, Chodon, Kelsu, Chewo.
Lama, Dumba,
Chumdan, Den, Deshin, Shaba, Da, Chumba, Yantaba, Zobe, Sange, Reba, Dan, Shasu, Den, Dewa, Shaba, Jiden, Kemba, Kebo, Dulve, Kalo, Jawa, Lana, Hada, Minam, Jitam, Sange, Chumdan, Den, Pelgawa, Shaka, Tuvala, Chatsalo, Chodon, Kelsu, Chewo.
So the meditation prayer, this so there's individual choice whether to recite Tibetan or in English. So it was whatever it's yeah, better or beneficial, so one can recite, that, so that is not that has to recite Tibetan, so so that was one choice, whichever language. Whichever language one wishes to recite, or Naga or Deva's language, or whichever language. Dog language. The cricket language. Cricket? Huh? In bed. Kanze Ganyen Zobo Jitam Ze Zachen De La Gomba Dumbon Nanye Jiten De Na Choche Sun Te Te Keba Kela Chasa Nanda Kunga Chodo Susan Wa Yeshe Gyazo Sege Lumbo Taba Jiten Sunal Hanya Ba Gombo Chonye Kela Chasa Sancho Damba Chime Dawe Shasado Dawa Kela Chasa Tilda Kyoda Siva Suma Chinyame Kinchen Kela Chasa Gombo Tuje Jeden Bo Tamche Kimbe Tombo Bo Sona Yenden Gyazish Teshen Shela Chasa Dabe De Chan Tawa Gyogere Nyeson Ledu Chido Dodama Chogyo Wa Shigyur Chela Jada Dune Due Lanyan De Lava Dala Rado Shenge Damba Yenden Genden Laya Chasa Sange Tsola Chasa Lo Kyobe Chula Chasa Genden Chula Chasa Lo Sumlai Tada Gujasa Kaba Tamche La Shindu Kunje Tanye Ke Lude Baye Namkont Chodo Tebe Chatsa Lo I do not engage in any unwholesome action, engage in perfect wholesome action, subdue one's mind, and this is the teaching of the Buddha. Which contains the true suffering, true cause of suffering, and the true cessation of the suffering, and true path. Also in this advice. To not engage in the unwholesome action, engage in perfect wholesome action. That also can contain that do not say abandon to harming others, and engage, abandon harm, and then say, and benefit others. So can include that also. Abandon harm others. So that includes the Buddha's teachings, the 84,000 teachings, which comes in 3 levels, on the lesbical teaching and the Mahayana Paramedhyana teaching, the Mahayana, the Sacramantra Vajrayana teachings. So, so to abandon harming others. So that can include the lesser teachings, and benefiting others, the Mahayana teachings, the Paramita and Sacramento Vajrayana. So related to Lamrim, the graduate part of the three capable beings. So the abandon harm others. So that includes the graduate part of the lower capable being, and common, and the graduate part of the middle capable being and the common. So and say benefit others. They contain the graduate part of the higher capable being. So that. So it can reveal something on one's mind, and this is the teaching of the Buddha. So not only by actualizing the gradual part of the philosophical path, with the by generating the total renunciation of liberation of that which is free forever from oceans of samsara suffering and cause, the delusion and karma. So, so that total detachment to whole entire samsara and its perfection, samsara, all the samsara enjoyments, all the happiness, by realizing all these are only nature of suffering. So, having actualized this realization, the total renunciation of samsara, so this is having this realization is entering the door of the path to liberation. So this by utilizing part of merit, the purity path, rising path, the path of meditation, normal learning, sees completely the cause of the suffering, the karma and delusion, the seed of delusion, the which nature imprint. So achieve this total cessation. That not only that, that also actualize the great vehicle, the Mahayana path, and sees also the subtle departments. The five paths, the five Mahayana paths, Tenpumis or whatever, the parameter in the path, or the Mahayana secret and Vajrayana path. So they even sees even the style, sees even the style, the subtle developments. So that great liberation, full enlightenment, and that the whole the whole path, that which seizes the whole mind path, the paramedina, the tantra, the best bodhicitta. So that which seizes completely even the subtle developments. So that the great liberation, the full enlightenment, the great liberation, and the whole path. So these are subdue one's mind, so that it's including the ceasing the subtle defilements. From the thought of mistakes towards the Guru, there which is obstacle to have realization of the root of the path from enlightenment to the Guru devotion realization. So thought of mistakes towards the Guru, from there down to subtle dual view. So all that wrong concepts. So subdue one's mind. So it contains, when we do mental offering, the making requests with three great purpose. So it's the content there, the three great purpose. Three great success with three great purpose. Subdue one's mind. So that means from beginning, thought of mistake to the Guru. Then from there, all the the attachment to some sort of perfection, ignorance, the ignorance, the root of samsara, the ignorance. While the mind, while the self, the I, it is nothing. It is nothing other than what is merely imputed by the mind. While it is nothing other, it is nothing something else than what is merely imputed by the mind. So while the I is that nature, how the I is, what the I is, how it exists. Then holding on to that as it exists from its own side, as it is not merely labeled by mind. So that concept, that wrong concept, ignorance. So not knowing the ultimate, cannot see, and not knowing the very nature of the I, apprehending the I something else than what it is, believing, apprehending the I something else than what it is. Not merely labeled by mind, existing from its own side, that which is not. So that and then aggregates, the aggregates which receive the label I, self. So again, while it is nothing other accept what is merely imputed by the mind, that's that which is totally empty, that which is totally empty. But then holding on to this as it is not merely labeled by mind, existing from its own side, so that ignorance, that ignorant in the very nature of the aggregates. So apprehending the aggregates something else. Then what it is. So this, and then the self-cherishing thought, so these things, and all the rest of the, and also the rest of the wrong concepts, the delusions, they cause the seed which nature imprint, this subtle negative imprint, that which that which projects the hallucination, the true existence. The true existent appearance. While everything, while any phenomena, I action object, samsara, nirvana, enlightenment, hell, the defilements and path, while happiness and problems, while everything, all the phenomena, while they say existing, while they are merely imputed by mind, while they are totally empty of existing, totally empty of, not merely labeled by mind. Empty of, or empty of the what we think that there should be something from its own side. Otherwise, how can it exist? There should be something. How can it exist being merely labeled by mind? How can it function? How can it experience? There should be something from its own side. So empty of that. So totally empty of that. What makes us to think, how can it exist being merely labeled by mind? How can it exist? That there should be something from its own side. So totally empty of that. So that one, if you agree, if you accept, like Savatantra school, BVC, if you accept that they exist merely labeled by mind, they exist being labeled by mind, it depends on the mind labeling. Even one accept that, or whatever exists that has to be labeled by mind. Even one accept that, but unable to accept, unable to understand that's merely imputed by mind, because believing there should be something from an object side, you know. There should be something existing from the side of object. There should be something. So that's person. That's the that's the object reputed. Called the person mathematical school view. So even that that one believes there should be something, you know, not completely exists from their side, but labeled by mind, but there should be something present. So even that is total non-existence there. That what one you see believes should be like that. Is total empty of that from object side. No slightest of atom that exists. So while everything is totally empty, then say existing mere name, limited by mind, while everything is here. Yeah, that. So then this negative negative imprint left in the mental organism decorate this truly existent appearance. Truly existent appearance. Decorate this, project this hallucination, and made everything real. Made everything real to our hallucinated mind. Real from its own side. So see, and believe not only appeared, but on top of that, then one made one's mind apprehend and believe in that. 100% that is true. So that obscures to see the reality, the nature, emptiness, existing in mere name, merely imputed by mind. So from total mistake towards the virtuous friend, from there the subtle dual the subtle dual view. Yes, even one has removed the disturbing thought obscuration completely. There's this negative imprint, and that which projects this hallucination to their appearance. The appearance during this the white vision, increasing red vision, negative and dark vision. So those even those visions as dual views during those times. But that's subtle mind. However, the last thing to be purified, to cease. So subdue one's mind. That's everything. How? Then by actualizing the whole path of enlightenment. So relating to Lamrim, from Guru devotion up to enlightenment. So how to subdue? By that. So there's a related to Lamrim like that. So this is the teaching of the Buddha. So it can, so here, so it can contain the whole entire Dharma, or less about teaching the Mahayana, the Paramita teaching, the Mahayana, the secret mentor, Vajrayana teaching, like that. So the to not harm others, benefit others. So here, so here you can see the very vast subject. To not harm others and benefit others. Very vast subject. It contains the whole path to enlightenment. So, yeah. So, you know, as long as you are in samsara, as long as you are in samsara, you see, so even when we come, drive car here, you know, from home, from house to come here, many insects on the road, they have to die. Many insects on the road, they have to die. See, of course here, our purpose coming here is for a good cause. You know, to liberate yourself. See, to This is my teaching. So, what we do, listen, or let's explain. So it is to benefit for other sentient beings. This is to benefit for other sentient beings. To liberate them from the oceans of hell being suffering, oceans of hunger, ghost suffering, oceans of animals suffering, oceans of human being problems, all the sufferings, suras, asuras, and those intermediate stages, unbelievable, terrifying vision. The fear, sufferings. They that tsunami that happened for human being is nothing. Those tsunami is nothing compared to the intermediate stage being. That that like mountains of waves and chase them. Then like to say, human being tornado is nothing. That's what the intermediate stage being. It's much 100,000 times much more heavier. The vision, with the wind, violence of wind, and then host of the fire, burning with all the noises, and so mountains of a huge amount of earth. You see, the pressing them down. Like the earthquake happened. You see, human beings. Earthquake happened, then covered. You see, under the house, into the mountain. So much heavy that the karmic, terrifying karmic appearances what they have, what they suffer. So to liberate others from all the oceans of samsara sufferings and bring them to full enlightenment. So the idea is that, purpose is that, why we say, why we gathered here, and listening, teaching, explaining, teaching, that doing retreat. And bring them in full enlightenment. So to do that, first oneself needs to be liberated. From all these suffering and causes. So that's the foundation. So so there's no other way that say without them suffering, you see, those sentient beings without suffering, that you cannot do this. That's so even in the water, there are so many creatures that we cannot see with the eye. Only with the machines can see with the microscope. Is that microscope? Telescope? Microscope. So anyway, so many they have to die. And, so we just water and then for our food, so many sentient beings they die. You know. When the land, when the field is for the fertilizers, when the field is cultivated with the by machine or by in the East, the undeveloped countries, with the animals. Then there are also animals. They have suffered so much, and people, and the hot sun, and all that torture the animals, and they suffer so much. And then there's so many sentient beings in the field, worms, ants. There's also mouse, and so many get killed different times when they do even for rice. Different times they have to work in the field, not just one time planting, but different times they have to work. I don't know exactly, but looks like they have different times they work even for just that rice, they have to work so hard. So anyway, so many sentient beings, so many insects, worms, they get killed. Suffer. So the and then those people see enough say from from people from where we get food, vegetables and fruit and so forth, and they have to they say spray. So many have to insects who are living on those on those plants, on those leaves, they have to die. See that and maybe without So they protect the food. Insect eating, see, worms eating. So without spray, sometimes the insects live inside, without spray. They don't go inside. So anyway, so many sentient beings, they have this for our for your survival, for one's own survival. You see, so many sentient beings, each day survival, and so many sentient beings, they have to suffer, they have to die, they have to be killed. So, so so normally as I mentioned, so this one rice, they came from field, so so many No, I mean, didn't they do the work just only for this, just only for this one rice in the field? The whole land is fertilized. Fertilized or cultivated, whatever, cleaned first, you see, then make soft and then plant. See, other machine was with them. I mean, of course, it's not just for this one rice, but with the rice. But it's part of it. But it's, you see, all the work's done. So there's a part of all that rice. So then this came from another rice. So many sentient beings, so many, unbelievable number of insects and worms died. So they were they were killed. They had to die, suffer, and the human beings, other sentient beings, they had to create harming them. Then that one came from another rice. You see, then again same. So many sentient beings creating karma, harming them, harming so many other sentient beings. They have to suffer. They have to die. Then that rice came from another rice. So again, so many other sentient beings, they creating karma. There's so many sentient beings, unbelievable number. They have to suffer. They're killed. So all of this, that's. So if we went through the evolution, you see, can't imagine. It's very terrifying. It's So if you go think all the evolutions back and back, so numberless, sentient beings suffered for this and they were killed, and others created karma for this. Just unbelievable. So now here, then one plate of rice. So everyone has that story, has that evolution, has that story. You see, numbers and different. They created karma, and others, so many others, they suffered, they died, they were killed. So the bowl of soup, whatever, the vegetable plate of vegetables, whatever, salad. So same as I mentioned before. So it's also their food. It is also their food. They are born on that, and this is also their food. They live on those flowers. They live on those flowers. Those tiny insects living on those flowers, on the leaves. This is their food. This is their place to live. Like you see, we have a house. We live in a house. We need a house. We need a place to live. So it's the same thing for them. So every day every day food that we eat. Like that. I mentioned the water. And also I heard about the milk. So they say the comfort that we have living in the house, to sleep, protect our body from hot and cold, and that, and have all this incredible comfort, unbelievable comfort we have. Having shelter, living in the house, not just a house, not just a kind of not just roof and walls, and not just a house, but not just that. Not just Sulukumbus, in Nepal, Sulukumbus, like that, where I was born. The stone wall, stone wall, then wood, maybe roof, and the beams, and then the outside bamboo, bamboo, or flat stones, flat stones covered outside the roof, or the or bamboo, crushed, made flat, and then things like that, or whatever. So they're not bamboo, I think, flat stone, something like that. So then put mud outside, you see. It's very simple, and then that's it. So the so anyway, not just a house, but so many, luxury, very say. So I think in the West, you see, not like I was born Sulukumbu, and that. I mean, now becoming more luxury also up there. Now becoming more luxury also up there anyway. So not just a house, but so many things to say. Very luxury, kind of very comfortable to say. So everything. So here, when it's built, so when laid the foundation, so many sentient beings, worms, creatures, so many beings there, so have to be killed, and if it's forest, cut or burned by fire, there's so many beings there, burned, sentient beings there, insects, so many. So however, when the foundation is laid, so many sentient beings there to be killed and to die, see. Then hard work by human beings, and the hot sun, all that, see. Mm. So without that, without those so many sentient beings, the suffering beings killed, and others giving harm, killing them. So cannot we cannot have say protection for the life, all this comfort, you see. So, so one can see every day is our survival, every hour, every minute our survival depends on numberless sentient beings. There's being killed and suffered, you see, and others grenade karma harm, so that. So can see. So that we received all the basic needs, enjoyments in life. That made us survive, see. Have all this comfort. Not only survive, but all this comfort, unbelievable comfort. So that. So that means longer you are in samsara, numberless enemies they will suffer. The conclusion is that longer you are in samsara, you see, taking this rebirth, this body mind which is your suffering, you see, creation of production, karma and delusion. So quicker, see, quicker, one stop this continuation of taking rebirth, samsara, you see, taking rebirth of samsara, you see, quicker we can cut. Quicker you liberate yourself, then you see quicker the ends quicker. So numberless sentient beings they have to suffer for you. They have died for you, create karma for you. So you see that. So quicker, so what I was saying, yeah. So the solution is there's no other solution. See, need to liberate yourself from samsara. Need to stop this continuity of taking rebirth, by delusion karma. So that's by ceasing delusion. That's by ceasing delusion karma. So that means you need to actualize path. So that means also see by practicing dharma. Only solution is by practicing dharma. Actualizing the path. You see, subduing the mind. This is the teaching of the Buddha. You see, so actualizing the path, taming the mind by attaining the path. not just reciting some prayers or some mantras. Not just doing some breathing meditation, or not just doing some, some meditation on deity or something. A day, not just that, but we need to actualize the path to liberation that was explained by Buddha in the text. You see, we have to, that main road. So we have to go through that exercise. You see, that which ceases the defilements. That's the disturbance or obscuration, the karma delusion. See. So, so one time, many years ago, when I was in Singapore, those early times, I think. Singapore, Hong Kong, I remember. I got mixed up. Singapore, Hong Kong got mixed up. Can be Hong Kong, can be Singapore, can be anything. Anyway, maybe Hong Kong. So, so we tried to liberate the animals. That was probably first time. First time doing liberating animal, I think. Maybe Hong Kong, probably. So, the day before, the animals were bought the day before by somebody from the center. I think maybe 3 snakes. Or three, not snake to eat. Not snake. The animal snake, you know. I mean, there's used snake by other people. There's used for snake, you know. To use snake used for snake by other people in the restaurant. They use for as a snack, you know. Snake. Snake, huh? How do you say? Snack, yeah. Snack used as snack, you know, in the restaurant. So, in the restaurant, you know. So if you don't buy, then they go for snack. So how do you say? Snack. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now I know how to say snag. You need some tune there. Maybe with guitar. Anyway, so anyway. So if you don't liberate, then they go for snack, you see. So anyway, so the morning we went to to put out, I think it is near reserve water or lake or something. So we didn't put in the water. We liberated, you see, on the ground, you know, near the lake. So they were in the sack. They were put the whole night they were in the car, backside the car. So I think they were, when you put it outside, they could not go immediately. They were like kind of, I don't know, sort of like intoxicated or dazed. They couldn't move fast. They just, I think very tired by meditating all night. Exhausted, joking. So anyway, so then when I was liberating, so the students when we were doing liberation, so the thought came in my mind. If you let them go, they will eat mouse. They eat mouse in the forest, just those small animals, beautiful. Or then there are frogs, in the water. They eat many other things. If you let go, they so harmful to those other beautiful animals, they get eaten. If you don't liberate, and of course they cut, in the shop. They cut. They have a very long body, so they cut. They cut the whole body, it's a slice. So very long body, you see. So of course they suffer. They suffer so long. See? They said because of a very long body. So one time, this was after we came from India to Nepal. Lama and myself, we were supposed to go to Sri Lanka to start Mahayana Center, but that didn't work out. I think it was good that it didn't happen. I don't think that it will be a happy thing. I don't think it will be successful there in Sri Lanka. Because I think just I think lack of understanding. It's Buddha's teaching, but so there's people understand the Mahayana teaching, the Buddha's teaching. So then but you see, come difficult for them to understand. So they so that time India and Russia didn't have good relationship, I think. So the very first student, Zina, she's the very first student. She's from Russia, and she had a name Princess Zina Tereshevsky. Her father was king, and there was a revolution happened in Russia, so they escaped to, they left Russia. Their family lived, her parents lived in France. Herself, she lived in many places, Greece, United States. So much of life lived in the United States, and then I think her first husband, I don't know what is the first, not married one, anyway, the first one, Conrad Rooks. So that's the one, that's the husband where she gets some money when she, when we were living in Nepal together, or India. So that's the husband where she gets some money, to travel or to live there. So that is that one I haven't met, but the second husband, I think, maybe the second husband maybe met, I'm not sure. So lived all kinds of life, very wealthy life and very poor life. Maybe also beggar, maybe very poor life, all kinds of. She lived all kinds of life, So knows people, wealthy class people, and ordinary, the all kinds of people all kinds of people in the world she knows, and I think she was a model. I heard she was a model, Hollywood or I'm not sure, something, also model that time anyway. So anyway, so there was the India government suspected that because they had a bad relationship with Russia, so they suspected them. They thought that she was a Russian spy. Russian spy, bringing sentient beings to enlightenment. Anyway, so there was difficulties in India. Was the so she came from Sri Lanka. She lived there 1 year, preparing for the center or something, and so during that time, so lived 9 months with her Darjeeling. So she, received some teaching from Lama. So, so with a few words, my broken English, but I'm still broken. But so to translate while Lama's learning English there. From 2 missionary ladies who lived outside Darjeeling, between Kum and Darjeeling, there's one town. So those 2 missionary ladies, their bodies are already like this. They're very old. I think maybe 70, I'm not sure, 80 or so. Already like this, but they're still so eager to learn Tibetan language to spread Christianity. Their bodies are already like this, but so much. So much, so much, inspiration, to learn Tibetan language to spread Christianity to Tibetan people, Even their bodies are already like that, It's unbelievable. So Lama went to, so while staying with Zina, so Lama went to learn English from them. At the same time, learning astrology. They produce a calendar, all the details, from one Sherpa. I'm not sure whether he was a monk or not before, but he's quite known, quite well known, also for the Tibetans or monasteries, because of the calendar, his calendar. Produce calendar and goes to Tibet and so Sherpa, the great Paponka, who out of the liberation pioneer hand who passed through in Tibet, so reincarnated, and that reincarnation who became Geshe in India, Baksa, where I lived 8 years. So studied Tibetan grammar, Tibetan poetry, I think, from this Sherpa Ngawa Yunten. It might be under the advice of his Dalai Lama's tutors in Rinpoche, I think. So anyway, so during those 9 months, Lama finished learning astrology as well. The weather in Darjeeling is always foggy, raining, you know. That's the weather there. So Lama goes with the umbrella, and then there's the shoes from Baksa. That many monks wear. But they had the same material from the car wheel. What's called? What's the name? Tire. So tire thick, very thick, you know, down below. It's not like ladies. It's not like ladies' shoes. The thick rubber tire, see, very thick in the bottom, and then very heavy cover on the top. You see. So there's most monks that what use when they debate. I mean that, unless the top breaks, but the bottom part of it thick, so it can last many lifetimes. So anyway, so with their shoes, you know, in the rain, like this. Yeah. So that finished learning astrology, and Lama said he can produce calendar. That so then study English with some Tibetans from these two missionaries. So anyway, I'm coming back. Coming back from that tour. Darjeeling. So there was so she came. We went to Calcutta. That was my first time. Lama and myself, first time being in Calcutta, you know, one of the Indian city, completely packed. The city, different from Delhi. Delhi is most very crowded, so crowded in the road, unbelievable there. So stayed there 7 days in the Theravadan, the Buddhist society, I think. So when you have Tara statue, they're in the room. When the monks come, they don't like that. But don't understand that. So, but they accept only one Buddha, I think, something like that. I would think they would. They should accept past and future Buddha. I would think, because Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha is present one. So I would think. So anyway, so when we came from Calcutta to Delhi, in the same compartment there are 6 spies. In the same trunk compartment there are 6 spies, 6 Indian spies, in the same compartment. So they think she's very important, but she's not. She's nothing. But this is their view, this is their belief, you know. Because I think the way she was named, and maybe the way she appears, kind of very intelligent or clever or something. So maybe, not sure. So I think usually, if you are a thief, then you might think many people are thief. You see, but if you are a very good-hearted person, then even some bad people, you think they're good people. If you're a very good-hearted person, then you think about it's good. You trust. You're a good-hearted person, then you believe many people. You know, you trust them, you're good. But even the people who are bad-hearted, cheating, horrible stealing, but you always If you have good, they think, so you think that's good. The person who is, but the person who himself or herself engage bad, you see, thief or whatever, then the many suspect, I suspect also that is bad. So sometimes they like that. So depending. So if you're a spy, then many people think that maybe they also spy. So anyway, so depending what job you're doing, you see, then you think many other people like that. So anyway, then in Delhi, we stayed at Madrin Hotel. There are Madrin hotels and that. So I think maybe 7 days or I don't know, 7 days or 1 month or 7, not sure, 7 days something. And then Hamada came there. Then wherever we go, when we went to Tibet House to see Tomokeshi Rinpoche or other places, so there, where you will go outside, there was car and motorcycles. Wherever you go, then those spy, 6, 7 spy, they come with car and motorcycle like this, like procession, like doing procession, like when the important person comes to the procession. But this is here's to watch. So that then they change. When you go to Dharamsala or something, then the people change. Different people come. You see. So when she was ordained, so we requested His Holiness to. She went to become nun. So as soon as we requested His Holiness didn't have time, so then His Holiness handed over to Lati Rinpoche. So at Tushita, at that time His Holiness or His Holiness Teacher Rinpoche has all removed Lord Dharamsala, so that house like become haunted, the haunted house also. They become where a lot of mouths, people, no people staying there, so empty house thing. So sometimes I think used by maybe the Namdal monastery to do this. So the ordination was held at Tushita. So during that time, I don't remember which was the abbot, and I don't remember who other. I don't remember Rinpoche, I'm not sure. So then, during that time, the head of the spy, the head of the spy from Delhi. Normally when they come out of the train, he was there. A big guy, his mustache like this. His name is Mr. Sering or something like that. Looks like Tibetan name. So he just there outside the door a few times. He's the head. So he came down Sala. So while she was ordained, then he was down below the road. Where there's a road down below the hill, you see, where the road goes like that. So he was walking back and forth, waiting. So that. So anyway, so I think 1 week or 2, I'm not sure, stayed in hotels. The Lama, we were in sitting room. Lama's at the bench. There's in sitting room, there's 2 benches, one this side. So Lama slept on the other bench. I slept on this bench in the sitting room. I think maybe, I'm not sure, 2 weeks or sometime there. Then, Bush could not go to Sri Lanka, so then, so this was Lama's idea, go to Nepal for the time being. So how things started is by so this is the So this Lama started to say to go to Nepal, to Kathmandu. So so that was the so I think the 12 year animal, each year. So the bird, so, the 12 years, each one is the animal, so the name. So that's the bird year. So it's the special year to make pilgrimage in Nepal. So every bird year that is a special time to make pilgrimage in Nepal. So, so when we were there, people came from all over the mountain, from Nepal, from all over to make pilgrimage in Kathmandu. So. Also, there was a room of the kangaroo given by Tinggu Chenzen Rinpoche, the head Lama, the Nyingma, Tinggu Chenzen Rinpoche. At Bauta, there was one Kaju monastery. That time there was one Gilu monastery, at the map, the first one, then there's Kaju monastery of Dasang Rinpoche. Near the stupas, that's it. Then later happened Satya. That time there was only monastery. A lot of places certainly empty, say like that. Now full of monastery, So on the hills, on the hill of the ridge of the hill of the Kapan, and then also down below, many places. So people come from all over the mountain, from very remote to make pilgrimage. So then my mother, their family, they heard I was, So since I left Tibet and didn't meet, so 3 years in Tibet, then 8 years Paksa. So they heard that I arrived Kathmandu, so then they also to get Lung, so they pilgrimage. So they all came down. So including the past, the who stayed with the past life, Lao the Lama. His name is also Lama Ishi. His name called Lama Ishi as well. So that one is not monk. He's a married. I think he received teaching Satya and Nyingma. I think so. I came from Tibet. So came from Tibet to cross the Snow Mountain with one Nyingma Lama, the Rinpoche, who is a doctor, physician doctor, Tibetan doctor, as well as expert in astrology, about the the Tibetan grammar, poetry, all these things. So wherever he is, airport or wherever he is, always his body is straight like this. Even in the airport, same. In the at the house, wherever, always same. Always like this. So one time he was giving teaching, and not in the village where I was born, but after crossing the mountain, the Tang De. I was born in Tang Ne. So there's another village after you cross the hill, you see. on the way to Tibet. So same road Tibet, Tangtu. So there's an old stupa built by some great Lama. So there's a monastery there. So they gave some teachings. The Nyingma, some so I think called Gongpa Sangtal. So, probably non-obstructed, view or something. So that initiation, and that past life, the son called karma Tupye. So he told me that I have the karma to hold his lineage. That is now it's my turn to receive this, to hold this lineage. So so they kept I think place for me to come, but I was building monastery at that time. So the Lama came to Kanuba, the next hermitage from where we get water. That's maybe 15 minutes walk from Tlauto. That hermitage was on the way to Thane. So Lama was there. There's also, I think, cave there, hermitage. So that Lama who lives there, married Lama who lives there, so he invited her. So we were close by. So they then I invited her at Lauto. So then that time, asked the Rinpoche. He was sitting in the where I used the box, where I used to sleep, So the Rinpoche was sitting there. So I was asking, what food do you like? So I asked Rinpoche, what food do you like? So Rinpoche says, I have no no particular food. I say, like this and doesn't like this. I have nothing. I have no food that dislike and like. That was his answer. So I think means that Rinpoche doesn't have worldly concern. Doesn't have eight worldly dharmas. So that's what it means. You see, that is mind, pure dharma. You see, free from eight worldly dharma, eight worldly concerns. So the Rinpoche said that. I have no food that like this and dislike this. So, so then early morning, then people start to come in the cave to get the loom or transmission of that particular text from the Lama. So very early morning. So but discussed, but I discussed night before to the Lama, whether it's beneficial for me to take this or transmission of this teaching or not. So I thought if it came out very beneficial, I thought to take it. If it's not, if it's not very beneficial, then maybe just leave it. So, well, this is what I had in the mind. So I asked the Lama to do more. So Lama said, just middle. But he said the protectors in the around Sulukhumbu, they are more related to Nyingma. So, so good to take this. But I haven't met the Dharma connection relationship with the Lama before. You know, it was, I think, past life. I think, well, the Lama issue, the Lama who said with my past life. So, his friend came together from Tibet, crossing snow mountains. You know, that's what Lama himself explained. Because Lama asked about the when we invited the Rinpoche into Gilbo monastery, the Mongolian Lama's monastery. Monks who lived there is from another monastery from Tibet, Gachin Gyaltsen, one great Lama, like sun rising in this world, even great Lama, great Pandit, Tibetan Lama, who wrote many teachings. You know, pure Buddhism, you know, preserved spirit like sun rising. And established Jitong in Nepal, established a monastery that which is a very pure monastery living in Vinaya. So their main emphasis there is a Vinaya practice, you know, living pure morality. Very much emphasis Vinaya. So very pure, very good, inspiring monastery. So the main emphasis on that, not so much emphasis on this. Whereas some of the monasteries, main emphasis on that study. You know, the exchange of philosophy, you see. So things that. So here, the particular monastery that main emphasis on that. They practice. So the monks who escaped, then they lived in that monastery. Monastery is built by one Mongolian Lama, I think, who lives in Mongolia. He lives in Mongolia. So that's the monastery where we lived for almost 1 year in one of the rooms upstairs. So she lived. So she come there to eat and to, you know, to meet, but lived. The caretaker of the Buddha stupa, the very large stupa in Kathmandu, the caretaker called Chini Lama. So he has a few sons. So one son called Tutin. So the son had 2 houses, Buddha. So one greenhouse. So she used to stay there. So later we moved from monastery there. Of course, I took different teachings from Gyabje Tushi Rinpoche. They had Lama or Nyingma, so at different times. Yes. Then Tedin, myself and myself and quite a number of students. I think it's a second part of second Dharma celebration. I think the 13th Golden Dharma, not complete, such a tradition. Didn't receive complete, but most of it, except 3, most of it received from his son Sacha Tenzin. Bodh Gaya. So Lama had that intention, but didn't decide. So Lama already passed away. So I checked with his said, then we requested. So I think that was part of the second Dharma celebration. Then, of course, many initiations, many precious, great, say about 67, I think something, from Guru of His Honour Sacha Tenzin, and as well as from whom His Honour Sacha Tenzin received, I think maybe Lama teachings or those. They measure, I think, this practice, the initiation, such a Lama, also from whom His Honour has received such a Lama teachings. So about 60 to 70, many precious initiations that also Jatsi Kundu Lama Tenzin Gyaltsen, from whom His Honour has received the extensive teachings on the Bodhicharya. So 11th path of enlightenment, and also the praised Bodhicitta and Bodhicharya. One commentary, and one is, I think, oral transmission for just myself in Rinpoche's room. But one of these guest rooms upstairs. So I request commentary, but Kundu Lama Tenzin Gyaltsen Rinpoche. So he's a great Bodhisattva, and great Pandit, like exact same stuff. All that was the ancient time, great Pandit. It appears like that from his face, see, it reminds. So I request commentary, which gave Lung, which was of course of Savalon, so that of course that was a waste of much time to give commentary, see. But I think too, I don't know what, I don't know why I asked for commentary. Maybe too greedy. Not to practice, but I think too greedy, I think. Not for practicing. So anyway, so Rinpoche gave Lung all transmission. Then when the Rinpoche started wisdom chapter, and they mentioned when Rinpoche started commentary on the wisdom chapter, then I fell asleep. But before that, when it's Lung, I didn't fall asleep. But when it came to the commentary, the most important heart of the Buddha's teaching, then I fell asleep. So I think there's a need karma. There's some need karma created there, to obstacle to hear teachings on the professional wisdom, I think. So Rinpoche is the Nyingma. But when you teach, when you give Bodhisattva the teachings, so there's a Gelugpa Geshes and the other tradition. So he present according to each tradition, the 4 tradition, Tibetan Mahabuddhism 4 tradition. So Rinpoche present the views according to each tradition like that. So that's what Rinpoche himself explained. I'm Nyingma myself, but I present this way, according to their own tradition. So which is very wise, So I was asked by the son, the Lama. So that what I hear the story is that somebody who lay, met Lama, lay Tangta Prashna, but as say, people comment, say, they say, the Lamas is a very good practitioner. So many years living hermitage, cave, and then to retreat and give time to time give initiation, teaching to others. So it's like that, or live life, a simple life like that. So so if that was my past life, then I think this life was wandering, and this life became wandering world, like a dog wandering, not living the hermitage, doing retreat, wandering like dog. So then in the world, you see. So anyway, so I say, I don't know why I started this one. Remember. Huh? That's, yeah, but I don't know why Sri Lanka came. Why Sri Lanka came there. Anyway, I forgot. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So anyway, I'm saying. Oh, anyway, come back. Come back to home. After the distraction, come back to home. So anyway, this thing, you see. So what to do? If you liberate, harms many sentient beings. All those, all those frogs and mouse, all those, beautiful, they eat that. And it's so terrifying. Even for us human beings, it's terrifying. So no question, this is more animals, So then, if you don't liberate, of course they get killed. So now I know. I say, now I remember, yes. But I see, I went a long way. I took the long path. So in Nepal, we were staying at this the Chin Lama's son's house, another one with double Vajra, which is in the road. It's from Bauta Street over here. Then there's the main road, so somewhere here. So we were staying there. We lived there about a year or something in that house. So we had we were living with Zina and a French doctor who voluntarily works in the public hospital, Saint Bawan in Kathmandu. Then he goes there volunteer to help young French doctor. So he received meditation. He asked for meditation. The Lama gave Vajrasattva meditation to him. Then he told Lama, what's the difference visualizing Vajrasattva and the shoes outside the shoe? You put shoes outside. Visualize shoes on your head. Visualize shoes on your head. Vajrasattva, what's the difference? The doctor asked. Doctor told the Lama. That just shows you he doesn't understand. Visualizing Buddha. This. So for him, he doesn't see differences. Shoes in the head and the deity Vajrasattva. So anyway, So, but it's kind-hearted. I don't know, but live together, but not really. Take teachings. So we he's for his own things. So, French doctor, then the French artist. French artist bears and wears the Afghanistan dress, this long dress. always talks about Afghanistan and this Gulamata or something. Gulamata. I don't know, some other place. I think he must have lived for a long time. I think Gulamata or that. Guatemala or something. Yeah, always talks. Yeah. Anyway, so these we live together. So he makes oil paintings, huge oil paintings, But nice person. So anyway, so this French doctor, there's a lot of snakes outside. So that's the story. In the field, a lot of snakes. So the French doctor catch snake. The French doctor catch. Their friend to close out and catch, and then they wear the snake on the head. On their neck, And that. So then during one lunchtime, he catch snake. Then the French doctor cut the snake all the way through. So when I go outside, still the heart is moving. Half body is gone. Half body is not there. Only you see the half part. But this part has the heart there. Like this, exactly the shape. Bumping like that. So this is what I was going to tell you. But I went a long road. So anyway, so you can imagine unimaginable suffering. So that time, then came that time. So what to do? What to do? You see, there's no other way. The only thing is you liberate yourself. And then you help other sentient beings. You liberate other sentient beings. That's the only way. That's the only thing. What you can do, how you can solve this problem. You see, you liberate yourself from, the suffering of samsara cause, delusion, karma, and then you see, liberate others by the revealing path. So that's the only way. Finish their suffering, can end their suffering of sufferings of other sentient beings, that including these snakes and these frogs or whatever. You see. So the conclusion is only Dharma practice. There is an answer, solution. You see, concerning yourself, concerning others. Nothing else except Dharma practice to finish the suffering, to end the suffering of samsara, to end the reincarnation. You see. So what I was saying before, you see. So now here you can see again urgency, emergency, urgency to actualize path. To not just it's good, but not just say do some mantra or do some but really study the path and meditate. The main road. you have to go the main road. You see, actualize the however lamrim, the basic, root good devotion, 3 principal path. We have to say this foundation. renunciation is the foundation, drove the path to liberation. Bodhicitta drove the path to enlightenment. And then, of course, emptiness needs both. Wisdom realizes emptiness is for both. See, what you use is to cease disturbance or obscuration, to cease the subtle defilements. Both you need. Is the only directly can cease is the wisdom directly perceive emptiness. Three points apart. That's the very foundation. Must. So, to do listening, reflecting meditation on the path, to exercise the path, to cease, that can cease completely the defilements, disturbance of obsession, the karma delusion, and subtle defilements. On top of that, subtle defilements, so to say, by expressing Mahayana path. So by entering the Mahayana path from beginning, so one can remove both, and by engaging in the lesser path, then the first, only the disturbance or obscuration gets removed. Then once you enter Mahayana path, then you remove the subtle developments, so that so need to study includes listening, reflecting, meditation, experiencing path. So learning includes both, all three. So meditation is experience. So you can see now how this is most urgency for you, most urgency for numberless helpers, for the benefit of numberless helpers, for the benefit of numberless hungerers, for the benefit of numberless animals, for the benefit of numberless humans, sura, asura. So all this, that. So the the last the last part, so finish that. So to discover this way, to each day your survival, your comfort and your survival. The numberless sentiments, so many sentiments. They have to suffer, have to be killed, and the others create karma. So everything comes from that. Or the house, of food, clothing. The long evolution. So you check. So. So, So therefore, impossible to live the life for oneself, to live the life for your own happiness. This is impossible, say, everything like that. Thinking only was my happiness, day and night, and doing everything for that. So, in other words, everything is feeding the ego, working for the ego, feeding the ego. So, everything is for the ego. This is obsession talk, see. Even meditation is for ego. Even one, say, to practice Dharma, try to collect a virtue, cause happiness for the ego. Even one chant mantra, even one. So even after one has met Buddha Dharma, no question before. Even afterwards, one has met Buddha Dharma. One has some understanding, some faith in karma, and then some faith to Buddha Dharma Sangha, and then some reliance on that. But still, you see, even one decide the mantra is for ego, for my happiness, and if you want to say, collect virtue by making offering to the Dhamma Sangha, for my happiness. So, no question about eating, walking, doing job, sleeping for my happiness. So it become extremely sad things. No thought of benefiting. No knowledge or no thought of benefiting to all these noble sentient beings. That from say who created karma for all this the house, food and clothing, all these things. Created karma harming others. For this created karma harming others, so many suffer, so many people killed. Noble beings. So in the through the evolution of each of these. So this is so is it completely so from their side So if they from their side look at you, from their side you see, you take their side and look at you, and it become most cruel, so most cruel or most selfish, most cruel being, you see. No thought benefiting them, or no say to cause happiness to them, to do something, to benefit something for them, to help something for them. So, so all this comfort, enjoyment, survival, and that which every day, then we're able to give, say, because they didn't able say have opportunity to practice Dharma, able to have this precious human body every day, every minute, every hour, minute, second, and because of that, able to practice Dharma, opportunity to practice Dharma. So even in every second, that you can achieve, say, not only the happiness, future lives, but you can achieve also the ultimate happiness, total cessation of all the suffering causes, ultimate happiness. Even in every second, you can, with this precious human body, you can kill cause to achieve that. In every second, you can also kill cause to achieve enlightenment for sentient beings. The completion of all the qualities, all the cessations of the mysteries of mind, so the full enlightenment you can need to be able to liberate numberless sentient beings from the oceans of samsara suffering and bring them in full enlightenment. So in every second, that is, with this perfect human birth, you can kill the cause, can achieve that. So, so this is completely like by kindness of these numberless sentient beings, There's that we can logically, without particular faith, without you can say here this kindness you can see dependent arising. So this you can see say doesn't it the particular religious faith that here is the that definitely the kindness of this numberless. All these sentient beings, as I mentioned before, all those who suffered, died, and killed, so those others who couldn't come for the shelter, for the house, all these things, and food, clothing, all these things. So even when we're traveling, so many, insects, things, ants, many things, the road resistance. That so this is a so from all we have these incredible opportunities. This life that came from all each and every single of those numberless items. So therefore, we have as a total responsibility. We have to benefit from them. So immediately change our mind